Hey everybody, how are we doing tonight? I hope you are all very well. And as we had talked about in other videos, and I really want to do this video, and I want to do a series of these videos, but I want to talk about how to move a business online. We're going to kind of focus on the service industry tonight or today, whatever time or day you may be in right now. But because it's so important, it is just so very important that this time and this juncture of business and life that businesses are able to survive by using digital tools. And as you know, as it's on the screen, my name is Cindy Branson. I'm a Builderall team leader. So I use Builderall as my complete suite of marketing digital tools to work my business online. And it's a very suitable thing for any business to be able to come online and adapt their services to be able to still maintain a relationship with their clients and still maintain the process of the sale, basically, whether it's a service or a product. Okay, so let's get right into it. You know me, it's straightforward pretty much usually most of the days. Sometimes I get off track. But I already mentioned adapting your services, and this is very important. So even if you do offer, I should say, especially when you offer in-person services, there's definitely a safety protocol now that you want to keep in mind for your own safety and as well as your community and your clients. And this is a good case example is like mental health professionals, psychologists, psychiatrists, anybody that might be in that field that has usually a one-on-one situation that they would have with a client. They need to now have a way in which they still maintain their services, because now more than ever, even more so probably, that their clients need those services. So they don't want to just shut their doors because all they do is in-person clients. So what can they do? Well, first of all, the booking and payment process, that's always usually something that's very simple to put online. So, and I'm going to note here too, I already said I'm Builderall, but everything I'm going to talk about in all these tools are all things that come with the Builderall account. And I will talk about the plans later a little bit and touch on them, but anybody who wants to start a Builderall account can get every tool I talk about, and it can be free for you to get started. Okay, you could also start for $1 plan. There's also other plans to get you started, but to get right into it, so the first one I was talking about is mental health professionals or even health professionals in general. So booking the appointment and even taking the payment online can be a very important process in eliminating and downsizing the amount of interaction that you have with somebody. Now this can be across the board with pretty much anything from lawn services to hair salons. Anything can do this, and try to minimize contact with persons face to face in your store. Even if they are coming to your store, it's going to make the time less, which can be very important now, especially when you are open. Let's say you have a hair salon and you're open, you have that very few appointments probably because you have to space them out, and now you have protocols of cleaning every surface before the next client comes. Sometimes like health professionals won't let the waiting room even be used anymore, so there's no more passing in the waiting room, so there's less appointments, less people there, so that makes every appointment all the more valuable and important. Okay, so making an appointment online and paying for it online not only eliminates the need for that transaction in person, but it also is going to help you ensure that when they make an appointment, they keep that appointment. Unless there's really something last minute that comes up that they're already paid for, and if they do have to reschedule, they reschedule, but you can also have a disclaimer about how much time they have to reschedule prior to the appointment to give you enough time to fill the space. Okay, so that is basically something that's very simple to do. Like I said, even lawn care, you don't have to go to the door to collect a check from the person that you're cutting their lawn for or doing their landscaping for. You can have it done online prior to the appointment now. Okay, so that is just one thing, being adaptive in creating the digital presence of the transaction. Now, the other thing, especially with healthcare professionals and any kind of consultation professionals, really, is that now they can do video conferencing as opposed to being in an office one-on-one. They can do that on a video conference. Now, we all know there's a ton of tools out there, Skype and Zoom, and we all know that they've had some bugaboos, but we are going to make sure that you want to have a service that is secure at the highest level that you can get, to make sure that you have that peace of mind for your client. Okay, so you want to make sure that the system that the video conferencing on is a very secure platform. Okay, so that allows you to do one-on-one meetings, or even if you're maybe a family counselor, you can have everybody on their own phone in their own room and be able to bring in multiple people to have a meeting. You can do that with Builderall, of course. So we have the tools available for that. So that is one huge thing, and one of the easiest things to do to adapt the services of moving online for service industry professionals. Okay, another way to bring about more online business, of course, is one-on-one trainings or offerings. Now, this could be something that, anytime you have any kind of relationship with your client, that personal relationship, this personal experience is very important. And so many clients pay professionals specifically for that. Because like photographers are a great example. Everybody knows that every single camera, every single phone has a camera on it now. And pretty much everybody over the age of 10 almost, it seems like, has one in their pocket or their purse or on their person almost all the time, especially out in public, right? So what does that mean for a photographer? So maybe the photographer's in the business of family portraits, of really getting that true classic family portrait by the fireplace or in front of the Christmas tree or whatever scene is in the background. Now people are trying more and more to do that on their own at home, possibly. So what does the photographer do? Because they can't go to the home anymore, they can't go possibly even on the beach anymore to take the family portraits. They can now offer a one-on-one training. So now, because everybody takes enough pictures, that you could actually course somebody and to give them tutorials one-on-one. Sharing screens can be a big part of this, because not only can you show them physically on the phone, possibly, because we all know those camera phones take great photos, you can explain to them how to, if they don't have a tripod, there's tricks of the trade to prop up the phone to get it at a higher angle, so that, and then how to possibly use lighting, how to angle it properly. What are the other things about photography? Oh, composition, of course. So that you could sit down with the photographer and the client can have that one-on-one of saying, okay, I have 6 people in my family. I got a 6'2" guy. I got a baby. I got 3 toddlers and a grandparent. We're all in the same household. We want to get a very nice family picture of that, is more on the formal style. And also, of course, casual. You can always do this for either way. I just started out with a formal portrait example. So you can talk about the composition. Okay, and then you could even have them possibly just do some quick before the formal of the everybody's dressed and done and hair is ready and there's no mud on anything and there's no sticky candy anywhere or anything like that. Just have everybody line up and do a couple quick things. This is what I think I'm going to do. And then show that to the photographer and have a critique session. You can do that with that one-on-one session through screen sharing, and then have them actually give you tips to have the photographer can actually give tips to improve the client experience and the client's outcome. And then, of course, beyond that, you could even offer editing services of the photograph that they do get. So maybe they didn't get the perfect lighting, or maybe they got 6 different shots and 2 people are smiling here and 4 people are smiling there and they want everybody to be smiling. Maybe your editing skill set can come into play where you can Photoshop those together for the client and add that as an upsell possibly. Okay, so that's a great example of offering one-on-one sessions. And this could not only work for photographers, of course, but nutritionists, meal planning, or other makeup artists. if you have a wedding or any kind of occasion that would typically have a makeup artist on site, this is a great way to be still present and teaching through the screen step by step what they would need to do to have their best makeup experience or best hair day. Anything like that could be under this same principle. Okay, so what else do we have? We have e-learning. E-learning courses are fantastic. So whenever you have a wealth of knowledge, you might have been a history professor, an art professor, an instructor of any kind. That could be yoga, fitness, weightlifting, anything like on those lines, or even get to the money. Financial planners, tax accountants can also do this, and it would be great for them. They can take all that knowledge they have and create an e-learning course. Make yourself, I'm talking to you because you're the ones watching this. Hey, Chris Chesar, thanks for the wave and the hello. Glad you're here watching. Yes, I just shook the camera. So e-learning, take all that wealth of information that you have and put it into a course. And you could use PDFs, which of course would just be traditional text or graphics to demonstrate what you're teaching. You could obviously use videos to do more personal trainings, especially when it would come to yoga or any kind of fitness, anything that would be on those lines. You could also use you could also, you're messing me up, man. You could also use audio files, of course, to create your e-learning courses. You could have workbooks and different resources that the student would be using to learn the material that you're teaching. You could even, at the end of the course, have this printable certificate for them, so that they can have that sense of achievement, maybe even frame it and put it on their wall, especially if it was a long course or something that would be any kind of benefit to their career or to their job. That would be fantastic. Then what do you do with the course? How do you sell it? Okay, I got all this great information. I created this course. Now what? Well, there's many options for you. Maybe you want to try to sell it on your own through generating opt-in pages, which we can do in Builder very easily. There are those that would allow you to create your own email list, in which then you send out the course for people that you know are interested in it because you gave them what we would call a lead magnet. Okay, now I'm not going to get too technical here, but that would be the basic process of selling it yourself. Okay, then you could also, of course, hire somebody else. Maybe there's somebody that is a great salesperson that knows all this online marketing and Facebook ads and Google ads and can really get you into the ad space with great results. You could do it that way as well. Okay, and then there's a third option. You could create your own affiliate program. Again, you could do this. Everything I'm talking about right in Builderall. Okay, you can create a product, an e-learning course, and you could put it into they call it the marketplace, and this is a space that everything there is solely built on Builderall, and you create a sales page for it or have somebody create it for you if you don't want to deal with that part of the design work. And then you put it in there and you create 2 tiers. Everything has to be 2 tiers. We're not multi-level marketing as what people traditionally think of as, that pyramid of many levels. It is a very simple 2-tier, which means if I sell your course, I make a commission, but then my sponsor and Builderall will also make a commission. So, I'm sorry, the person below me would make a commission. The person below me sells it, then I make a commission. Okay, I'm getting it straight. It's 2 tiers though, okay? So it's basic 2 tiers, and you lay out that structure, and then that's it. So let's say you have a $100 program, you decide, basic industry standard is about 50% would go to the affiliate, and you keep 50%, and you use the marketplace and Builderall tools to promote everything, and then they promote it for you. Okay, so you're basically putting it in the library of the marketplace, and then create the structure that you want for the commission, and then you let them sell it, pick it up and sell it. Okay, and that is just fantastic because that makes you more hands-off, and then you're not going to make as much money, but you're not doing any of that work either. So that is, I mean, I'm telling you, you can utilize any kind of information you have, whether it's just bookwork, as if you were a professor in economics. You could, if you wanted to, that the economics of a household, create that course, or the economics of a small business would be a great course. So many people come in to be an entrepreneur or to create a small business, but they're basing it on their passion. And one of the biggest downfalls of small business owners and entrepreneurs, unfortunately, is the backbone of the business sense and the money sense of it, and how to organize things like taxes and all that good stuff. So you could create a course on that alone, okay? Or anything that you're passionate about. Maybe it's music and you want to teach the harp in 12 lessons, learn 3 songs in 12 lessons. You could do that. Yoga, you could build it up into the different poses and then the different chakras and all that good stuff. So there's just so many possibilities there for the service industry professional to create an e-learning course and sell their knowledge. Okay, and then on that same line, excuse me, talking a lot, gonna get a drink real quick. On that same line, we have webinars or master classes. This is a big word right now, webinars and master classes. So that, as opposed to getting a really structured lesson plan and putting it in an e-learning course, you create a modified course. Maybe it's 45 minutes or an hour, but you determine, maybe there's just 1 hour. You do everything. Maybe you're a social media manager and you want to put it out there. This is how you start a social media campaign for a beginner or for the intermediate or for Facebook ads, anything like that. You create a webinar, and then you either choose to use that as a lead magnet or you choose to sell attendance, okay? And you can do it either way on Builderall. And then also either way is you can make it a live session, either a live masterclass or a live webinar, or you make it evergreen. So what an evergreen webinar does, and these are very popular right now because everybody's on a different time zone. Everybody in this world is across the globe, we're all in different time zones, right? So there's no more of that traditional people do business 9 to 5 sense anymore. So people are online every hour of the day, whether you're asleep or you're awake. Other people are the opposite, and they are working and they are learning, and it's their daylight hours. So keep that in mind, because what an evergreen webinar is it gives the viewer the control of when they watch it. So they come across your advert for the webinar itself, right? And they are they are interested. So they click saying, yeah, I want to sign up for this. So then you capture their email and they say, yes, I want this. So then they can choose their time. Do you want to watch it right now? Great, here you go. Play. They're watching it right there. You already have their attention. That is best case scenario. Or maybe watch it in an hour is an option. Watch it at 2 p.m. tomorrow is an option. Watch it at 7 p.m. tomorrow is an option. And you give them like 2 or 3 other options that are in the very near future so that they are committed to it. And then if they don't choose to watch it right away when they are there and they're going to come back to it, then you just set up reminders so that they don't forget that it's there for them. If they miss the time, you still send another reminder saying, hey, you missed this. You want to watch it right now? And then you set that up. That's an evergreen webinar. A fantastic way to add a lead magnet to an e-learning course, or to do a masterclass or a masterclass series all on its own. Okay? And this could be, tips on an accountant could do this. This is an example for one accountant. So they do a webinar on the taxes, on preparing and organizing your paperwork, your receipts, what categories you should have them in, what tax changes have happened for this year. Maybe they do some case studies for different dependent scenarios based on your family or your business, because there's so many changes. Obviously, here in America, we had P loans, and they are kind of wrecking havoc because it seems like the rules for them change every other day when you look at the news. It's like, okay, now what hoop do I need to jump through? Okay, that was a little bit of frustration, sorry. So that would be a great course. That would be a great master course for somebody, right? A small business owner, an entrepreneur, or even, you do both. You do a small business and you do the family side, the personal tax side, or any, you could do different elements. Do ones for seniors that are retired or just sold a house, and kind of structure it so that you're targeting specific people, and giving them all that great information. Now, maybe that is information that they would have paid for before, but now you're building that like, know, and trust factor that in any kind of internet marketing and any kind of business whatsoever, whether it's personal, direct, over the phone, over the internet, like, know, and trust is the ultimate nuclei for your business. If somebody doesn't like, know, and trust you, they will either not do business with you or not continue doing business with you, right? So what you're doing with giving away free information, if that's the case, that you are building that relationship, that you're giving them value so that they know that they can, they're going to know you, they're going to like you, and they're going to trust you because you gave them all that value. Okay? And that is building. I've heard stories already. I've heard, actually, I did not an interview, I'm sorry, I had just a conversation, but a person that is in one of my networking groups. Now, we don't meet personally anymore, we're doing it through Zoom, but it is a way for us to stay connected in this time that we're not allowed to meet weekly for lunch anymore. Right now we can't, unless we decide to stand outside in 30-degree weather, we're not going to even be outside under a tent. So that is a great way to maintain the relationship, and even to gather more relationships and gather more potential clients. So that way, now you've taught them how to prepare their taxes and get them organized. Now they can come and have the accountant, and hopefully that would be you, would be able to prepare it in less time. And if it takes you less time to do something, you can charge less and ultimately hopefully save them some money. And that's something that's very important that everybody's looking for now. So if that's important, if they're looking for tips on how to help themselves as a DIY, that's important for them. So you want to reach out to them knowing that already. Okay, so that's webinars and masterclass. Another across the board, we could, if I don't mention something for your particular, if you're sitting there saying, well, I do this, Cindy, and you didn't even talk about what I do for a living, what my business is, I clean houses, or I do this, or I do that, reach out to me, or tell me what you do, and I'll give you an example. I can help you to make this transition, to pivot, and I would be happy to do that. I love doing that, actually. It's one of my favorite things to do now. Okay, so what else can you do? So service industries, so many of them, hair salons are greatly affected. Any kind of like those pottery studios, I think of, like we used to go to those paint and sip parties, or wine pairings, wine tastings, all those kinds of things. Nail salons are another one. So what could they do? They're not necessarily having people come in like they used to, so they could actually curate and customize a kit that they could then sell online. Okay, so create kits. So maybe you're a nail salon, right? And you're going to create a kit that has the proper lotion, the filing, the nail polish, maybe a wax paraffin for the hands. You create a nice little luxury custom kit, and maybe you do 2 or 3 of them on different levels at different price structures, and then they can be ordered online. You can either set it up where it's a curbside pickup if it's right there in your neighborhood for local clientele, or maybe you deliver it for an additional fee, and then you would determine, you say, okay, my delivery day is, these are the days I can do it. You don't need to do it on demand. And then there's also, of course, shipping, and then you would charge accordingly for that. Of course, Builderall can do all these things. Again, everything I'm mentioning, very simple to do, templates for everything too, and the price, you're going to be shocked when you see the price, because the basic price you can get in and do all these things for is free. You can do it for free, okay? So I'm not supposed to sell that one, because selling something for free, is that really selling it? but that's what I do. I know you're here because you're trying to survive, possibly. You're trying to pivot. So use the tools and get them working for you. And then when they're working for you, you buy more tools. And in this case with Builderall, you're going to get all 40 tools for free, but that next step would be able to, basically the biggest determining factor is really just the fact that you can connect a domain to it. So if you have ABC Company and that's your website, your domain that you already own, then you want to connect it. That's when the upsell would happen. But everything you can do a booking app, you can do an e-commerce site, you can do everything I am talking about for free without a domain, because you'll get a default domain. Okay. So back to the product kits. I had a couple other ideas I thought of. So like massage therapist, you could create you can even do a little video, make it like a couple thing or whatever, and show techniques. Here's some very simple techniques that you can use, 5 techniques or 10 techniques. You don't want to make it too complicated, but show them. And then maybe you add that lotion and you add a fancy towel or maybe a little aromatherapy that would add it to it, or you give them a few of the stones and tell them, keep them hot in your crock pot or whatever it is, so that they can have that experience at home that they would normally come to your spa for. Estheticians, the same concept. Do a skincare kit. Physical trainers can do homebound workout tips. Create a kit with the very simple. You want to keep it, you don't want to, you're not going to be selling equipment and dumbbells, but they have all those stretchy bands, and give them tips on ways to do it with things in their house. I mean, I've done it with gallons of water. Use them. The gallons of water are great. I think they're like 4 pounds each. And when you're just, somebody like me, when I was starting out, that was a great weight for me. Okay. And then also, what else do we have? Cleaning companies. That's another fantastic one, especially if, around here we have a lot of harmonious cleaning companies that everything's organic. So sometimes those products, people want to keep the same products in their house, even though if they had to cancel the service possibly to minimize risk that they're not having people come into their home at all, then create a kit that gives them the checklist of what you did maybe, and the products that go along with it. Maybe even some of the cleaning tools, if you use special cloths or on windows, or special scrubbers on toilets. You give them a kit, and then once they have the tools, they will just need to replenish the products. Okay, but that's a great one to keep some revenue coming in, because you're not able to come into their house. And again, just a simple e-commerce site is all you need to be able to do this, okay? And you can get this started by just calling them and telling them it's available and directing them straight to the website. Maybe start a referral program, so that, of course, advertising, social media, all that can come into play. But again, I am thinking that most people that are going to be watching this are going to be in that DIY, I'm trying to survive, possibly another 6 months of not having a lot of business come to me and not being able to go to my client's house, or not having them come into my nail salon. So these are just ways to create that digital modification. Okay, and that's what, and some of these things you're going to find that you're going to continue doing going into 2022 and 2023 and moving forward, because right now our digital dependence, I'll call it, as a world, as a society, it has just grown. I mean, look at the last 5 or 10 years even, how much more dependent we are on all of our electronic devices for shopping and for education, for pretty much so much of our lives, for communication, for our relationships. That's going to continue. And even when life returns to the normalcy, or it gets to start looking like the normalcy that we had, we're still going to continue using the digital life and be dependent on the digital life for many aspects of it. So some of the things that we're doing are going to stick. And then we will also, of course, resume, in dining inside of restaurants and going to hair salons and nail salons again. Okay, so what else do we have? When everything comes down to it, communication is key, right? Communication, so that when your client or potential client is coming to you to book an appointment, to ask a question, to find out what your services are, that they are able to get the answers and not leave a message. Okay, now sometimes that's a necessity, but so much is no longer about picking up the phone and making the phone call anymore. So communication, you always want to find the best way for your clients or potential clients, and that might be multiple avenues. So it could be emails, through newsletters, and just update them through emails if you have an email list already, or to continue building your email list through an opt-in or a lead magnet page that you can do. Or maybe it's through SMS, text messaging. That's also a great tool nowadays, especially as the text messaging becomes more and more popular over emails with the younger generations. Chatbots are another big one. Chatbots and communicating with clients are huge, because chatbots allow you to basically have a secretary 24/7, or I don't know if that's politically correct anymore, secretary, is it? So you can have a receptionist on your website 24/7 in a sense. Now, that's not going to be a live person. It's going to be a very formatted person, basically, that's going to be able to take in keywords and know what the person is asking and be able to give answers to that. So if somebody comes to your website and maybe they just want to know what the hours are, and they just don't see them because obviously you have your hours somewhere on your website, but they see the chatbot there, okay, this is quick and easy, what are your hours? And boom, the hours pop up right there in the little box. Or I want to make an appointment, boom, here's the calendar. Go to the calendar and see what we have available. And if you're any kind of a salon, maybe you are open and you have like 8 different stylists, you can create a calendar for every single one. Okay, so that is phenomenal. Chatbots are phenomenal, and they work on websites, of course. They also, you see them very popular also on Facebook. You can customize them. You can create multimedia rich chatbots. So let's say, for an example, it might be a new client and they say, I just want to find out about you in the chatbot. Maybe you have a little pop-up video there that says, hi, I am so-and-so, and I have a team of 4 people, and when we come out to your home to cut your grass, this is our procedure. Or, you know, that's a popular thing now, is what are your COVID procedures? What are your safe social distancing protocols? So you can have that as part of it as well. And then it is a robot, it's a bot, but you can give it character. You can give it a little bit of your personality too. Like me, I guess, I'm nerdy, so I would have a little bit of nerdiness to it and try to be funny, but I don't pull it off. I know. Okay, so thank you, Chris. Yes, ha ha ha. I know that was from a while ago. Okay, so back to communication being key. So we have those chatbots, and again, chatbot templates are available also in Builderall. Chatbot templates are available. Okay, you don't get those for free, but they are available. Okay, and then of course video calls. Video calls, we use the webinar platform, but you can personalize it with one-on-one calls also. So that's another phenomenal tool that has like multiple functions to it. Okay, so what did I talk about? Let's talk about all, like, just what I rattled off right here that Builderall includes. We talked about the calendar app. We talked about emailing. Of course, Builderall has an email autoresponder. And list galore. You can make 10 different lists for, however many businesses you may have. You, your husband, your kid, everybody has 5 businesses. You can have 15 mailing lists and 15 sequences. You can have 30 sequences. You can have as many as you want. It can be unlimited with the right plan. So you have the email, you have the autoresponder, you have the SMS capability, you have the chatbot capabilities, you have the video calls and video conferencing capabilities. You can hold a concert. You can hold a concert online through Builderall and sell the tickets. You can have fundraising events all that good stuff. Okay, we didn't even talk about that. That's not service industry, but we're going to talk about that in another video about how to utilize digital marketing for nonprofits. That's going to be a good one. Okay, so then you have the calendar app. You can do not only, let's say you are that music teacher or you're the math tutor, and you might maybe you use small classes and you have 3 or 4 or 5 people in them. Or for fitness, this is another good one if you're going to do fitness classes live. And then you can adapt the calendar to allow so many students to fill those spots. So the calendar app, I know I talked about that 3 things ago, but going back to it, the calendar app allows you to do it as a one-on-one. It allows you to do it in a classroom style, and it also has an event capability. And then on top of that, just for your reference, our calendar app is also integrated with Gmail and Zoom. Okay, so let's say you didn't, want to use webinar for some reason, and the client, you're using Zoom, you can use that. But honestly, if you're paying for Zoom, that's just another thing that you can drop because Builder has it included. Okay, so now you have the payment processing can come. Now you're still that's for the affiliate marketing. So when you set up the affiliate marketing that we talked about, that 2-tier system, the payment processing comes through Builderall too. So you don't have to do anything but have a PayPal account for that. Okay, and then you have, of course, the website. The Cheetah Builder is the website builder, fast and furious. Let me tell you, it's named aptly. Cheetah, the fastest land animal there is. Cheetah website builder is the fastest website that you will ever upload. If I said that, I know I said that right. So basically, we are producing websites that have the fastest upload speeds on the internet. So that means that you're not going to have that wait time. There's not going to be those 1 second or 2 seconds that it takes a website to load, that you lose that person that has a mobile phone that's just like, okay, this one's not working, I'll go to the next one. Because 2 seconds can be a long time when you're waiting for a website to load. Okay, so website completely included. And we didn't mention this, but with the website, you also get the blog. Okay, and we talked about super checkout with e-commerce, but e-commerce and our super checkout go hand in hand, so you can do that as well with Builderall. Okay, e-learning platform included, everything you need, even to create the certificate and have them printed out. It's all there. Webinars, everything's included. We already talked about it. Live webinars. Evergreen Webinars we talked about, and of course, again, using the webinar platform to have video conferences, whether it's one-on-one sessions in a very secure environment, or if you want to have more of a classroom session, you could do that as well. or broadcast live. We're going to have that. We already do it. We already do broadcasting live to YouTube and Facebook. But we can also, in a very short period of time, we're going to be able to do it faster. It's going to be a one-click situation. So that's the other thing about Builderall. No matter what we have now, they just launched a complete revision with a ton of upgrades in October. Okay, but they didn't stop. They're just continually working. Not only did they not stop, but they just brought on another 50 developers today. I got an email today that said we're bringing on 50 more developers to expand our reach and to expand just our designs, our productivity, our everything. Because that's what Builderall does. They're just going to continually make sure that they are ahead of the curve. Ahead of the curve for technology, ahead of the curve for the platform, ahead of the curve for the tools, and always maintaining the quality that everybody expects of them. Because I'm telling you, Builderall's been around. It's getting close to 4 years now. 4.0 wasn't a 4-year mark. It was actually like a 3-year mark. But they're getting probably 3.5 years now. So yes, people tried them out when they first came to the game. Okay, and they were good, and especially for the price and what you got. But they had, if you haven't looked at Builderall, if you're here and you have looked at Builderall in the past and you haven't done it recently, please take a new look, because it is not the same platform. It's like extreme makeover time here. It just, like, they flattened the rancher and built a 3-story home with outdoor living to the max. I mean, this is just, you're not going to recognize it. That's what Builderall does, and they're going to continue to do it, and they're going to continue to improve. And it's not just what they think, it's what we think. So when we give, you see me, I'm a Builderall team leader. I'm also a Builderall ambassador, and I'm on the leadership of the Builderall. And that was a very, like, momentous for me to be asked to the leadership. And I was very proud that I was, because what it means is, like, they're going to listen to me a little bit more. When I have feedback, when I'm digging into building a website, and I see, you know what, it would be nice if this could happen, or you know what, this over here isn't really congruent. Shouldn't it be like this? They're going to listen, and sometimes I'm on a call. It's unreal. I was on a call. What is today? Today's Wednesday. It was on Monday. It was our last call of the year, and somebody made a suggestion, and the CEO of Builderall, Eric Salgado, says, hold on a second, gets on the other line, calls his head developer, I don't know his name unfortunately, but says something in Portuguese he talks in, he bilingual, and it comes back, he's like, okay, that'll be done. Off of a suggestion, because he saw the value in it and said, yeah, why doesn't that do that? Thank you for bringing it to my attention, basically. And that's who the company is. That's who he is. And he is not here to make $10 million. He's already got his millions. I know he does. He's here to help. He's here to pay it forward. He's here for the goodness of doing business, to know that he's helping people. And he's bringing this to other countries that can bring it as a tool to elevate their communities and their own citizens. I mean, he just brought on 50, I think it was 50 students. I might be mixing the number up, but 50 students in Africa to learn the Builderall platform and take it seriously and see what they can do as a free education. And then maybe they become employees, but the idea is that they are then versed in digital marketing, whether it's on Builderall or on another platform. They're going to have the tools and the skill set now to move forward. Maybe, I'm not sure, maybe it's a year or 2 years, but this program is going to give them that. And that's who Eric is, and that's who Builderall is. We are a family, and I'm telling you, it's always never, are they two words in the same sentence? But nobody can really understand what people say by Builderall's community, because so many people say, oh yeah, we have a community, we have a Facebook group, just get on there and ask a question. But this is so different than anything I've experienced. This community of people, and it's global, it's worldwide. We have people from Germany, from India, from England, from North America, South America, from all over, Africa, Australia. We got all the continents covered. Every continent but Antarctica, I think. So there's always somebody around. If you have a question, you can ask a question and get an answer. And it doesn't have to be in your own time zone. It can be somebody. I work late hours, and Jackie is one of my favorites, because she always, I'm like, I always forget she's going to be up, and I'll ask a question at 2 a.m. when I'm working on the magazine, and boom, Jackie answers me. And I'm like, oh my gosh, you're still up? Oh no, yeah, I just woke up. Like, she's just getting out of bed and starting her day. So, and she's willing to help. And all of us are like that. Everybody is like that. Now, that's aside from the point. But if you're going to come into a platform and you're trying to pivot your business, you might be looking for those reasons to say, I don't think I can do it myself. I need to do it myself because that's what my budget allows, but I'm going to need a lot of help. We're here for you. Not only am I here for you, I have a calendar that you could schedule one-on-one appointments with, and we can do a screen share. We can talk about how to pivot your business, what specific tools that you're going to need for your business, and what the best avenue is to take. Or we can talk about anything, motivation, inspiration, brainstorming, any idea you have. Training on any of the very specific training, if you have technical questions or anything like that. we can talk about that. Not only do you get that with me, you get it with my business partner, Chris Chesar. Now, he knows even more than I do, a lot more than I do. And then you also have it with the diva, and she is the head of Team Awesome, which we're all on. So coming on with me and joining in me, not only do you get all that extra personal experience of having me available and the bonuses that I offer through the extra training and so forth, extra social media, graphics ready to use, all that good stuff, but you're also going to have Chris and Shelly as well. So that's 3 people right there that you can have one-on-one meetings with on a regular basis. That's not like one and done, okay? Now, along with that community, that sense of one-on-oneness, you also have the Facebook community, which is huge because everybody is so very helpful and so supportive. You share successes, you share challenges, and people will help you and advise you and motivate you in any way that you need. Okay, so that's what Builderall is. It really is. And I'm not sugarcoating anything. It's going to be work. There is nothing, even with templates and help and training galore in any aspect that you need it, it's there. But it is still going to take work. Of course, it's going to take some work because it's your business and it's going to take some manpower. And with anything, just like what we always say with advertising, if you're in business at all, you know about advertising. There's 2 forms of advertising. It narrows down to either paid advertising or organic advertising. They both cost you something. They're either going to cost you your time or they're going to cost money, right? Well, digital marketing is the same way. You can come into Builderall and say, this is what I need. This is what my business needs, or these tools. I'm going to pivot. I'm going to create my business. Maybe it's not even, maybe it's a business you haven't started yet, but maybe it's something brand new to you. And you need that extra help. That is there, okay? That part is free. But if you need somebody to actually, you say, you know what, I just don't want to take the time to learn it. It's going to take me too long. I want to do it and I want to get it done now and I want to get it done right. Then we find you the resources. We have plenty of resources of people that will do it for a reasonable price that already know the Builderall tools that can do it for you, whatever platform it is. Maybe it's that e-learning course and you say, okay, I have everything here, it's all organized, now get it online. And you just say, here, put it online and make it pretty for me. We can do that for you too, okay? That part would, instead of costing you time, would cost you money. But everything would be in a reasonable fashion, trust me. Okay, so that basically sums it up. We went through a lot tonight about how to put your business online or move online if you're a service industry. And again, if you have a service that maybe I didn't mention, or maybe I did but didn't elaborate on it much because I was talking too fast, then please reach out to me. Just throw me a comment. My email is also in my profile for YouTube. You can find me pretty easily on Facebook as well. Reach out to me and ask me specifically, Cindy, this is what I do. What would you suggest that the tools I should use are? And we can start that conversation and see if it's a good fit for you. And see if we can keep the business you have running, even though we don't have that walk-in traffic per se that we're used to. Okay, so we did service industry tonight. I'm going to really delve into the nonprofit world, and I think I'm also going to be doing one in the near future about physical products. Of course, that would be really centered around e-commerce. But whatever your industry, whatever your product, if you have a question right now that I didn't answer, please reach out to me, okay? I would love to have you. As I said, I'm a team leader. I'd love to have you on my team and help mentor you and guide you and give you all the extra tools beyond what Builderall does. And they give you all the tools. They give you all the wrenches and the hammers and the screwdrivers that you need, and then we give you as a team all the motivation and all the inspiration that you need, all the guidance that you might need that's above and beyond, okay? And I say above and beyond, and that's who I am. That's who our team is. We are the above and beyond people because we want to make sure everybody's successful. And we know that it's a time when people might need a little extra help because they're going into areas that might be new to them. Maybe you never had to do anything on the digital realm before. Maybe you didn't even have a website. And that's okay. We can help you. Okay? We can help you. We can help you. All right. So please reach out. If you're new here and you're still hearing me babble, then please do subscribe. Ring that wonderful bell that they say to get the notifications for me. I would appreciate it greatly. I would greatly appreciate it. So please do have a wonderful rest of your day. Have peace and have health. I hope you all have health. Okay, so have it all, and I will talk to you soon. Bye bye.